Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and everybody else, welcome to Talladega Night's Shake and Bake series. This is Tarnation TV, broadcasting to you live. My name is Blaine Donlin, and I am joined with Brian Wolf.
Outstanding to be here, Blaine, man. I am excited. Race number 3, Shake and Bake, Talladega Nights. It's going to be a blast.
Yeah, it's been fun. The first 2 weeks have been fantastic, and I'm looking at the current points standings right now. It's getting colorful now after 2 weeks.
Absolutely, especially after the last lap of last week's race. Here we are coming into race number 3, and this whole point system can change in an instant. You know, it's crazy.
The entire thing now is completely topsy-turvy from what it was after week number 1. If people were watching last week's race number 2, out of the 4th turn, through the triover, down the hill, and it turned into absolute calamity. Updates on the points from last week. There was a couple of post-race penalties that did affect some finishing positions, and they included Cole Deaver. Let's see. We got Deaver, Hulick, and Nate were all penalized 1 lap and ended up going down to 103 points for all 3 of them. Basically failing to serve an accident. So a yellow flag came out. It was deemed by race administration that they caused that accident and then failed to basically serve the penalty. Penalty being you have to pit the second time around the track and get 4 tires. That way it puts you to the end of the longest line. And 3 separate instances that did not occur, so 3 separate drivers got a -1 lap penalty, costing them a few precious points.
Well, that's just it. In this series, I mean, every point counts. Every race counts. You have to, the criteria, let's go over the criteria. I mean, you have to race in at least 5 of them. You have to have either a win or finish top 5, you know, in the collective points. So it's dramatic pretty much how much it can change. And tonight's going to be exciting. It's, you know, every race now could be pivotal in your championship hopes.
100%, because as you can see here on screen, the top 5 will be highlighted in orange, and then the guys who have won are highlighted in green. As long as those guys show up, the guys who were in green, as long as they show up, which, let's see, is Greg Palmer in the 22 and Pack in the 48. As long as they show up for 5 races out of 10 in this series, they are eligible to win that championship in race number 10. And, I mean, Talladega, man, 2.6 miles around this thing, and everything changed in the last 200 yards.
Yep, and they're getting ready to get after it now. It's, you know, a lot of drivers want redemption, and a lot of ones, you know, just want to keep going. There's a bunch of drivers at the bottom of the list who, if they keep showing up, could move up quick. They're about 2 minutes to go in qualifying here. We're going to see how that shakes out. And yeah, it's going to be exciting. Now? Yeah, they're in the middle of qualifying right now. They got about 1:30 to go.
Okay, I should probably jump in my car and retire.
Yes, sir.
Wonder if my engine noise was picked up on that.
Yeah, we need to get our TTV cars off the track for all this.
Yeah. Make sure we lock that in. A couple of things too about that point standings after last race. In the top 5, we have Brad Otto and Herbert Solomon. They did not. They are not here tonight. They are unable to race tonight, so they came out of nowhere to get into the top 5, especially after that little bit of a dance that we had last week. And they are unable. And then, that last lap deal. They can't show, so they ended up getting a lot of points because they were sitting back in like the top, maybe like 15th, and then they ended up getting top 10s. Shot them way up the charts on the standings there, as you can see on the screen, but they are unable to race tonight, so that'll affect them.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm looking at the results from last time. That wreck at the end of that last one really changed things in the series. and it's amazing to me still how, just like I said, in an instant, it could change.
So what we're going to do, just like we did last week, we're going to do previously on the Shake and Bake series. We felt really bad because after that gigantic wreck, everybody likes fire and flames and smoke. And we totally forgot to focus on the car number 48 driven by Alex. He won the race. And it's amazing to see the server reset because we took too long. We couldn't save the replays. We forgot to focus on Alex. We did interview him, and we apologize to Alex in the 48 for not highlighting his car after he took the checkered flag. So we will do that right now with a custom-made trailer, made specially for the number 48 of Alex. So please sit back. Congratulations, Alex. Here's what the 48 car did to win that race. Okay, mics are off.
In a world where broadcasters are paid to broadcast a NASCAR race, but fail to broadcast the winner of the race, comes a montage of the winner 1 week late. Car number 48, your winner of race number 2, the Shake and Bake Series.
Not expecting to win that one, but the seas parted there in the tri-oval and somehow I got the win.
Congratulations, Alex, on your win last week, and we're sorry that we missed it, but hopefully that makes up for it. Oh, man. You still with me, Brian? We got some other stuff to go through here. We got some.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'm sorry. Yeah, I can't see what you're seeing actually. So yeah, I appreciate the cue. How they qualified tonight. How about this? And it couldn't have asked any better. 079 Nate took the pole, followed by 088 Greg Lovell. And 43, part of the league ownership, Bob Dixon. 55, Ken Roberts starting in 4th. And rounding out the top 5 is Denny Carroll.
Nice. There we go. Qualifying locked in. Nate's in there. Like, he got the penalty, unfortunately, last week because of the situation on that front row. Gary moved to the high line and then tried the low line, the number 3 car, and realized at the last minute, oh, damn, I'm not allowed to pass below the yellow line. And when Nate hooked onto him to start pushing him, it just got gnarly and it ended up turning. All 3 of them just ended up turning. So I forgot all about that yellow line rule. You cannot pass. You cannot gain a position. You can, but you need to give that position back. And if Gary would have went down there and won the race, he would not have won the race. He would have been penalized a lap if he had passed Roberts on Roberts' left, because Ken was really protecting that bottom line.
Yeah, you mentioned Doug Hewlick, number 23. He's starting in 6th tonight. Palmer starting right behind him in 22nd. He's always near the front, wanting to win. He won one of the first 2 events. Bobby Farrell starting 9th. Let's see, and Gary Heiser, you mentioned, starting 10th. Right on. Yeah, we got everybody's back in here. A couple of missions. I see a couple different names up there. We'll probably talk about them throughout the race. Let's take a look again from last week. These crazy pit stops. We can actually speak over this one because this doesn't have loud music and you know, it's not a production. The pit stops. I remember like you're seeing like 14 cars head to pit road from 200 mile an hour, and the speed. Remember the speed limit when you hit that line. It's 55. And all these guys and girls got into this thing together, no accidents, no nothing. You don't see that type of stuff in online racing in NASCAR 2003 unless you are racing with the best. Oh, it's crazy. The names in here, the experience I'm looking at. And I'm telling you what, these are all seasoned veterans. Every single one of them in here tonight.
Yep. 100%. You do not, you cannot see like, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 cars come off of turn number 4, head to pit road, get slowed down, no penalties, no accidents, no nothing. They all got in there clean. And that replay there showed that. Another crazy thing that we noticed was Jessica Shelton in the 94 in the last lap, basically going from 17th position to 4th. I'll start playing this right now. If you need...
we're going green here in like 3, 2, 1.
Oh, are we really?
Yes, we are.
Fantastic.
45 seconds to green.
Right on.
So we'll need to retire our machines and
Yep.
get them out of the way, and then we'll go.
Cool.
Call it.
Right here, we're watching Jessica go from 17th to 4th position in one lap, pushed by Gary and Cole. She gets to the second row because the second row is actually 3 wide going across the line. But I mean, if you needed, a lesson 101 how to get to the front in less than 2 miles, Jessica just wrote the book on that one. Unfortunately, she ended. She was in the wrong place at the wrong time when the big accident happened.
Yeah, as were 15 or 16 of them. It really changed. It really turned things around pretty quick there, right at the end. It come down to that, you know what I mean? And old Pack was snuck through there and won the thing.
Yep. Jessica upside down, but she does put it in reverse and gather up that final position. So of 12th, actually, she finished 12th. So she went from 17th to 4th and ended up finishing 12th. So she did finish better than where she was lap previous there. But such is Talladega. We are ready to go green, aren't we?
They're gridding up. Yeah, they're gridding up. We're ready to move our machines and get going here.
So I get to get on the track and retire because nobody needs to see the broadcasters on the track. And we will give you guys a live view of this thing. We have a big replay here, too, of Ken Roberts, basically how he finished. But we can get to that after the race. We'll save one of those little replays to the end of the race. We are ready to go green here, just waiting for it to go. Something I noticed right off the bat there, Brian, is the number 9 car, the Doritos car. It's red this week. I was talking to Chris behind the scenes, race number 1 and race number 2. He got caught in some catastrophic issues there, so he mentioned he might change his car, and it looks like he is driving a different car tonight. So hopefully for Chris, this one is better luck.
There seems to be some confusion on this. Here they come. Okay.
So right now we're focused on Nate. We're going to try a new thing this week called Driver Focus. So we're going to focus on the 079 of Nate. That basically what that means. When we're coming up to our pit window, we'll follow him down, see what he does as part of his pit strategies. We'll just try to kind of lean on one guy if we can, something to fall back on if we run out of stuff to talk about, which doesn't really happen much because Brian and I, if you haven't noticed, really do like to talk. We love the sound of our own voices.
I'll tell you, one cool thing that I really like is that 079. He's driving that Marvel Comics car that he drove in Cannon's race last July.
That is
so
cool.
I definitely got a shout out to him, that pole sitter. That's really cool for me.
Do you think that he thought the black car was bad luck because he got disqualified or lost a lap last week? Maybe he switched it up.
I don't know, but here they come to the green.
Riding on board with Nate here as he gears up.
So far, a clean start by everybody. He's holding it down to the inside. Now he's going to move to the high side, up in front of Level.
Level and Roberts pushing him down the back straightaway. Dixon on the inside, though. He's got help. With Pack right behind Dixon on that inside line, and Palmer. So we got, again, the Top Guns up the front. I mean, this whole field is Top Guns. What am I talking about?
I know this is going to get crazy. I have a feeling.
It's usually crazy. That's why we race at Talladega. Let's be honest.
He's going to come down and lead lap number 2. Bob Dixon in that low line, still inching ahead, inching forward.
Yeah, and Dixon does have help there. Pack did jump to the high line, which seemed to work for now to his advantage. He's beside Bob in the 41. Who is that in the 41? That's not Pack. That's Carroll.
That's Denny Carroll.
That's Denny. There's Pack. He's not even in here today. I don't see the 48 on the list. His car looks very similar to Denny Carroll. That's unfortunate then. So the number 48, where is he? Oh, there he is.
Oh,
he changed his name.
Heavy warpage going on back here.
I'm looking for the name.
The 68.
I see that. Outlaw had issues last week. He might be asked to move to the side.
Yeah, he's probably going to need to be.
Yeah, that green car back there will ask to be. So I apologize. Pack is in the race. I was looking for the word Pack on the list, but he's going by his real name, Alex Moe, in the 48. So yeah, Alex is still with us, and he is currently in the 17th spot. It's funny, these guys will race one week as he races one week as Pack, and he races the next week as Alex Moe. So it says Alex M on his car, Pack across the windshield. It's very confusing. We're not that sophisticated over here at Tarnation TV. Speaking of which,
I don't know if you noticed this or not, Blaine, but if you look at Bob Dixon on that inside line inching forward, look at the top 4 cars. 3 of them are STP cars with Bobby Farrell and Brian Lovell back there.
I noticed that. I love that paint job. I don't know if there's anybody that doesn't love that 43 paint job. And then Farrell's got the inverted. He's got the inverted of it, and then there's another old 43 behind him.
I see there's a lot of Richard Petty fans here.
Yeah.
Petty Enterprises fans.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that paint job. It's probably one of the most, and I mean Dale Earnhardt, and there's a lot of really recognizable paint schemes in this world, but that STP, it's hard to beat that one.
And Ken Roberts has inched his way up to the front now. Look at this.
We got that one car back there. We got the 710 of Manny D's, the brightest car on the track. Bright yellow hood. Hats off to all the painters of these cars, too, because none of these cars are stock with the game. These all had to be created by somebody, and they all look absolutely fantastic. And Splash and Go Graphics is probably responsible for the templates, so you can get all the proper, headlights and grills, and so the cars look good. But
no,
yeah,
some of these
talented
paint jobs out here are fantastic.
Yeah, there's not even a bad one. I can't even see anything out there that, and they're none. Like I said, none of them are stock. People had to make these things, and it's weird how you get so used to calling a race and recognizing a certain vehicle. Like for instance, the 41, who I mistook for Pack. We'll focus on him for a second. And they look very similar. Oh, no, Pack changed his car. He's rolling around the Burgundy 48 this week, so that's probably why.
I noticed the Elliots are kind of hanging in the back. Tom Dixon's been hanging around that Batmobile and towards the back. Now he's coming up towards the bottom.
Yep, being pushed by Jeffrey Elliott, following Wah in the 21. Looks like Outlaw's connection stabilized in that 68 Coors Light car. He had some problems last week, which ended up putting him out of the draft. That's the thing. The connection issues aren't a bad thing, but if you're in the back, when the car disappears, you lose the draft. So if that happens half a dozen times, unfortunately, you might lose the pack. Just kind of like I lost the pack when he changed his name to Alex Moe. But anyway. Focused right now on the 93 car, BSR Ricky Che. New name this week.
Yeah, he's from Bomb Squad Racing. He's no stranger to this super speedway racing. like I said, every car in here is a seasoned veteran in one way or another.
Yeah, like I'm right now focused on Ricky J, who's running in 20th, and I can still see everybody. I mean, every car on this track is within. Let's see the timings on these cars. They're all within a second. They're all within half a second of each other, really, at the stripe. That's how close these guys are when they're pack racing like this.
So far, they've all held it together for eight of 47. So they're rolling right along here. I think some of them near the middle to the back are just kind of riding, waiting for that first pit stop.
Yep, that's usually like the way we like to see it. Everybody gets a feel for everybody else in the first, basically in the first cycle here.
Pit stops are going to be key.
Yeah. If you guys do enjoy the broadcast of Tarnation TV, you can click the subscribe button because we like subscribers. We've probably got at least 2 because I subscribed and so did you. I think Jeffrey did too.
Ken Roberts and Bob Dixon still holding that bottom line together. And look who else is there, 22, Greg Palmer won one of these events.
Yep, race number 1 winner in the Magnum car 22 right there, which we are focused on currently. That's a pretty strong looking bottom line.
Yeah.
And if you do want anybody pushing you, Bob Dixon's the guy. I mean, he knows how to bump you.
I'll tell you what, Nate Balser in the 079, man, he's holding his own.
He is. He's still first. According to scoring, he has led five laps, and Roberts has led 3. So you get that 1 lap led, you get bonus points for that. And what are you figuring?
I'm watching a pretty good race here.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. It's easy to call these. It's really, really easy to call these things. So yeah,
right?
Yeah, it is. Tarnation TV, unfortunately, in October. There's 5 Saturdays in October, and I won't be available because Halloween is a massive deal in my house. Lots of birthdays, lots of Halloween events, which unfortunately take place right now, at in the dark hours of a Saturday evening. Friday and Saturday evenings will be booked up, probably pretty solid for me for the 5 weeks in October. Birthdays, Halloween stuff, and then up here in Canada, right? We got Thanksgiving coming up there on the 10th, so we won't be available to call any of these races. If there is a chance that I can get in, there will be definitely a broadcast, but we will see you back here again in race number 9. And that'll be a big one because I'll be working with the boys behind the scenes at Talladega Nights here to get the replays and build highlight reels of every single race through the week. And when we do come back in November, I'll give you the exact date, which will be November 5th. That broadcast will probably go live probably at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, about an hour earlier than we're used to, so Brian and I can comb through 5 races that we missed, update you on points, and show you a pile of highlights. So the 5th of November, we shall return.
10-4, man. That's good info to have.
It is, because that means this is basically our last race until race number 9. It was just, like I said, October is just one of those months in this house where there's no way I can guarantee I'll be here on a Saturday night. We'll be in a haunted corn maze somewhere, drinking a hot apple cider.
I'll tell you who's moved to the front is Ken Roberts again. He just dominated that race last week up until the last lap, and until that disaster on the last lap, and it changed things for him. So I know he's hungry. He must be. He's up in the front again.
Yep, Nate holding on to 4th currently. Not a bad spot to be, surrounded by the likes of Roberts, Dixon.
They're kind of jockeying near the back. 56 maybe trying to work the bottom because I think they're getting a little bit closer to pit stops. So.
Yeah, right now we're looking at lap 13. We usually start seeing something happening around 16, 17, 18.
You're right.
Depending on strategies.
$7-11, who's that, John Godfrey?
711 is John Godfrey, yes.
Yeah, he's been kind of creeping around the bottom back there. I think he's just kind of, trying to be Darth Vader back there, just waiting. He's usually in the front at the end of these things.
Focused currently on one of the league administrators of the 56 of Jeffrey Elliott. So you're thinking about I asked you this last week about the pit strategy. It's kind of like a left, maybe you'll take lefts only, try to gain some track position, then you'll definitely get rights later in the race. If you need to pit again, you could probably do this whole run without getting tires, though. You definitely need gas, but you might not need tires. This track isn't notorious for chewing tires up.
Right, yeah, but I mean, if you pit under yellows, let's say, and if you avoided a crash and you chewed the tires off, yeah, change them, and you can get your track position. It's Talladega, you know what I mean? So, but if you pit under green now and your tires aren't that chewed up, you can decide then to whether take two or none, or just, gas and go or whatever, depending on the situation and how much gas you actually need to finish.
Nate is upside down. Oh, no. I think he landed on his wheels, though. We're going to follow these guys to the line. This is where they will lock in their positions. And we'll go back, and hopefully Nate's all right. If you wanted to grab him once he gets it righted, if he wants to talk to us, we can definitely have him up in the booth here.
Yeah, I definitely will. I don't know if
we'll
looked like a weird drafting thing or something. They were 3 wide coming off the turn, and the 079 looked like he just turned down, or couldn't keep it from turning down. I don't know.
Yeah, he went for a ride in the grass. He didn't touch the pit road, so that's good. He won't get any speeding penalties or weird entry penalties. The game can be funny that sometimes. So here we go. We're looking at it from helicopter view. He's on the high line, and the middle line was occupied, so it's just a little bit of one of those things where not anywhere to go, really.
Yeah, it collected Randy Wall, collected Pack in the 48. He's just driving straight through the grass.
I'm thinking Nate's car is probably going to be all right, because he was crowding Godfrey just a little bit too much. He did get off the ground, but he did land back on his wheels. So I don't think it's really any damage to that car.
All right, so I'm catching back up live with Nate, and it looks like they're kind of getting in line to get in order. He may go around this time, because if he was the cause, which it looks like that's what maybe they're going to call, if he was the cause, he'll go around and pit next time by anyway. So
right.
So let's let him get in there and get back out, and then we'll grab him.
Okay. I'm trying to get a view here of maybe I want to be in Alex's car. That's a pretty cool one.
Okay, I'm going to stick with watching Nate. That's unfortunate. I mean, it's still a little bit early, but here's their pit stop scheduled anyway. So, they were getting down to laps, 16, 17, 18. It was time to come in anyway.
Right.
So they're going to, they'll come in and get full service, and then we'll rack them back up.
Stack them and rack them. Yeah, I'm looking at this car from the camera angles I can get here, and I don't even see any scratches on that thing, so he might have got lucky. The 711 definitely took some rear end damage on that.
I didn't see what happened to him.
Oh, sorry, the 710 of Manny. I'm going to see if I can back this up here and maybe find out. I'm just looking for damage, and it looked like Nate might have been the worst out of that whole thing, but it looks like Manny's got definite 100%. He's got rear end damage on that car. There was a few cars involved in that. A couple of them being involved in that, they basically drove through the lawn to avoid. Oh, you know what? It may have happened after.
I want to see if
Yeah,
If
Nate
there's
got
going
out
to
of
be any
shape.
takers to lead a lap here, no, there won't be. They're all most of the cars involved, I think, are pitting now. So this is the next time by. But you know what? At the same time, that's an extra lap of fuel.
Oh no, Manny D in the 710. He actually avoided that accident, but then he got loose coming off the tri-oval there and got down in front of Chris Elliott in the brand new number 9 car. Oh, Chris. Maybe the 9's bad luck too. Manny got way out of shape there. Chris collected him right in that left rear. That's the cause of the damage to the 710. And then he walloped the exit wall on pit road. So 710, I do believe, definitely.
All right, I'm going to see
Much
if I
more
can't get Nate on the radio here in a second after he gets lined back up.
All right, I'll get on the Nate car. He's back on the track now.
Yeah, he just come off pit road. Hey, Nate, this is Brian Blaine up in the booth. You got a copy?
Hey, Nate.
Yeah, 10-4, got a copy.
What happened, man?
I think we had I'm not 100% sure on that one, but I, went ahead and took a penalty for that just, to be on the safe side. And I think we had me and Manny got real close there. And I'm glad it wasn't worse, but nobody likes a caution. But we took our penalty. We're going to go out and try and see if we got something for him.
Oh, good luck, man. I'll tell you what, we've been watching you. You've been holding your own up in the front the whole race.
I appreciate that. We'll just stick to our guns here, and you never know how things are going to turn out, but you just keep at it, and we'll see what we can do.
10-4, man. Yeah, stay up in the front, buddy. We're rooting for you up here because I know you need a finish that's at least inside the top 20 getting to be. So come on, man. We're rooting for you.
10-4. I'm going to be right there, bud. Thank you, guys. You guys are doing a great job. I appreciate it.
Oh, no problem. You got anything for him, Blaine?
I was just going to say, yeah, it got really crowded back there, and hopefully the car didn't get too much damage. From the replays we were looking at, it didn't look like you took too much damage from that almost rollover.
Okay, well, 10-4 on that. That's a good plus. We'll see if we can spin something out of this.
Right on. Thanks, man. Good luck with the rest of this thing, and we're watching.
Thank you guys very much. I appreciate it.
All right. Yep. Put some gas in it and go, man. We'll talk to you later.
You got it. Thank you.
The 079 of Nate Balser with the number 1 pit stall on the track, as he did qualify in first. Pitting one more time here, looks like he took a full set of tires. Like he said, he was playing it safe after the incident last race. I mean, he couldn't serve his penalty from last race, obviously, because it happened in the last couple hundred yards.
Yeah. I remember them saying something about that, yeah.
But, like you say, too, just play it safe, because as long as if it's under yellow and you pit the second time around, you're still on the lead lap and you can still fight your way back through it. And who says, you pit second time around, who says a few guys up in front of you don't pit maybe third time around if there's a lap car? You get those spots back anyway. So sometimes it's worth trying. It's just worth going down and saying, hey, I'm going to serve it just in case. And then
definitely.
You won't get that
because if
penalty,
you don't, because if you don't, you'll pay for it later with, But, you can try to get that lap back at least, because you can't get like lucky dog or a wave around, I think, if you were the cause. So, but at the same time, he only has to pit on the second time by. He won't go a lap down. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, and post race too, if Jeffrey, Chris, and I think it's Bob, if they comb through those replays and they end up voting on an incident, and they're like, yeah, man, that guy caused that, and then they watch your car, and you pit first time, which is fine, and you don't pit second time, or third time, whatever, they're going to dock you a lap, and you're a whole lap down. And if you finished in third and like the first lap down car is like 19th, man, you just lost hundreds of points. Or whatever it is. I can't remember what the export would be, but like I said, you could lose 100 points by not serving a penalty. But here we are ready to go green here, focused on the low line 55, Mr. Roberts in first. The leader does get lane choice, but I would very rarely ever expect anybody to swap to that outside line, because the majority of these guys will hog the middle, which is the fastest line around here.
Ken Roberts holding his own still up there in the front, dominating just like he did last time. Greg
Ken
Lovell
Roberts
holding his own up on the outside line.
Yep, and Roberts will move, I can see there, to the middle line.
Wow.
So even with the lane choice...
They were damn near touching down that straight alley back there.
Yeah. Have you ever been in first place and done a lane choice thing and switched to the outside?
No.
No, me neither.
I've never really been in that situation. A lot of leagues there, or some of the leagues that I race in, don't really offer that, I don't think.
Looks like they're 3 wide through the middle there. Dixon, Brandstetter, and Elliott in the 9 on the high line. He's got no friends. That might not last very long.
Seeing a little blink out of the 43 of Bob Dixon.
Little blink's fine. Unfortunately, Outlaw blinked a lot, and you can see him at the top of the screen there, falling off the pace again, because when you blink, you lose the draft, unfortunately.
They were looking like 3 wide there for a minute. They are kind of mid-pack trying 3 wide.
Focused on the Marvel Studios car, Batman, Tom Dixon, as a comic book superhero fan. I love that he puts Marvel on that car.
You, I know.
Oh man, I got friends that would lose their mind off that. Batman's not Marvel. Yeah, Batman's also comic book, so it's not that serious. Don't worry about it. It's fine.
God bless him. You ought to see his rig, man. I'm telling you, we got to get pictures of that. I have some in my email that he sent me. I'm telling you, he's got this little bat cave, man. It's really cool looking.
I've heard stories of the legendary Tom Dixon racing setup, and if he would clear us a couple of pictures maybe to show of his little dungeon he's got built, that would be awesome, because I've just heard the phantom rumblings of what that thing is, and I really would love to see it. And if we could put it on the broadcast, that would be fantastic.
Oh, he's got some cool stuff, man. Some of the Batman stuff he has is actually pretty dark, man. It's pretty goth, so it's
nice.
Pretty neat. Yeah, I know you would love it.
Oh yeah, I love all that dark haunted stuff. So let's take a look at the current standings right now on screen.
Man, they're fixing to go 3 wide here.
Mm-hmm.
They're 3 wide, 3 deep back. So wow.
Nate's still
Brian's
hanging
level
around
in the middle of that first line.
Yeah, when they're running 3 wide like this, very exciting, of course, to watch this. And then, of course, the standings at the line in a 3 wide situation. Like, oh man, the guy's only in 15th. The next time around, you could be in 8th because it's that close.
And look what I'm seeing here too. Speaking of Tom Dixon, he's now pulling up behind Bob Dixon, his brother, pushing him on the inside, see if they can maintain on the bottom half.
Mm-hmm. How many Dixons do we have that race? Is it just Tom and Bob?
I believe so.
Yeah, okay. Anybody else is just a fake Dixon.
I'll tell you what, though, I just started racing with Tom this past year, and from the time I was already here when he started racing, and just seeing him improve tremendously, man. I've seen him win a bunch of these, sprint races that they have here and stuff, and he's really getting good at it.
Yeah, it's, practice makes perfect, and if you race with these guys, just follow them. Find the fastest line, find all the little tricks. It would appear that we have Palmer starting to join the high line, followed by Hewlick, Elliott, Brandstetter, Elliott, Nate, and Alex Moe, also known as Pack, last week's winner, down there at the bottom of your screen, in the Burgundy 48. And they are starting to move. Palmer will hold that line like he's on rails.
Yeah, he will.
He just needs to get some good pushing.
I was just looking at him and that whole Doug Hewlick in the 23 behind him, and here comes Elliott on the outside.
Yeah, Hewlick is
both
right on
Elliott's
him
on
too.
the outside, actually. And Nate right behind him.
Here's where the movement will take place. They come into turn 2 right here, or come out of turn 2 right here. They're in turns 1 and 2 right now onto the back straight. This is where you'll see they will, hopefully, if they get a run down that hill, get a little bit of a run going. You can see Farrell in 7 opening a gap there. Somebody might slide down into that middle, into that hole. A few gaps on that low line.
We're past the halfway mark, right?
We are, yes. Green flag pit stops are done.
All right, so here they come with 20 to go. And now, does that mean... No, they're going to have to all pit one more time at least, right?
They will, yeah. Pretty late if it goes green.
I don't know how close it's going to be on fuel. They didn't seem to really mind that when that caution, fell. I didn't see any of them like really pull off and top off, except for a few that were in the back.
Right.
And Nate was one of those, you know what I mean? Because he had the opportunity to pit next time by, and I'm sure he's got more gas, at least one lap more than these other guys. And look at him on the outside moving up.
And see that one lap for Nate, that on fuel, that could definitely come into play at the end, because if these guys have to pit again, maybe around lap 36 is what we're going to be looking for. Yeah, I mean, you won't need a full tank. Bob and Tom show on the bottom.
Right, yeah, right. The Dixons trying to hook up and make something happen, man. They always do. That's really neat. You can count on those guys at least trying to do something. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The Elliott
really
brothers,
cool
the Dixon brothers,
race.
the Lovell brothers. I don't see the Lovells, or are they? Currently 6th and 3rd, Greg and Brian. So there's a lot of family blood out there too. And when
I'm seeing Greg Lovell. Oh yeah, okay.
See up in 3rd. My last time around, he was up in 3rd on my list.
Right, yeah. Greg Lovell's in 3rd, and well, it's so hard to tell.
It says Brian's in 6th, so he's close.
Well, they're like 3rd and 4th now, so. But anyhow, Bobby Farrell hanging around inside there in the number 7 STP car. Those STP cars seem to be finding each other. All 3 of them.
That is. I wonder if it's just meant to happen. They need to tailgate each other all night.
Do we see a theme happening?
That's possible. If you drive a blue car, it's like I need to follow you.
That was always a neat trivia question that I still don't know the answer to.
Yeah.
What does STP stand for?
I have no idea. Synthetic something. I'm sure it's all this fuel-based stuff, so I never even thought of that.
Something standard petroleum or something like that.
Yeah, it just becomes a word after a while, these acronyms, eh? And you're like, I don't even know what that means. Who cares? Looks cool on a car. Paint it up. Red, white, and blue. Let's do it.
We'll just
Tarnation
call it
TV, the Brian Wolf and Blaine Donlin show. Hey, man, if you like what we're doing, like you say, do your YouTube thing. Or give us money and we'll call your race, too. You got a racing league? You need broadcasters? For hire. 100%. I'd like to thank Talladega Nights, too, for allowing us to do this. This is really fun.
Oh, it's been a blast, man. Each race is just getting better and better and better. Look here, they come 3 wide again.
Yep. Everybody's got a partner.
17 laps to go.
17. That's a lot, bro. I got stuff to do.
Bob Dixon and Tom Dixon also always committed to that bottom line. And look at him go.
Yep. Now that it's basically 3 wide all the way back, this is like a video game simulator, and this is like this is nuts, almost more entertaining than watching real racing, because real race car drivers sometimes it just seems like a dumpster fire at Talladega. Sometimes in real life races, it's crazy.
Oh man, that is how Roberts moves down and then puts the block on Dixon.
I'm focused on Brian Lovell right now in the 043 because he's mid-pack and I can see every single car by being locked onto him. So this is a perfect angle for the whole entire field.
I'll tell you what, that Ken Roberts must have one hell of a spotter, man, because he knows what line to be in. Mm-hmm. He's driving strictly out of the mirror right now.
Yep. The only cars that aren't anywhere near this pack would be Outlaw. He's down lap, and Manny D in the 710, who took rear end damage. He's about 4 seconds behind. With nobody pushing him, he won't be able to keep up.
I don't know. I think Roberts is watching his dashboard monitor too. That F2.
Yeah.
Because he knows the Dixons, like I was just saying, will stay committed to that bottom line. He knows this.
See, and I'm thinking too now, we're flirting with a second green flag pit stop probably within about 4 laps from now.
And for a 3 deep and 3 wide all the way back almost.
Yep. That front line,
This is going to be interesting trying to pit. You're going to try to see these guys, I think, maybe migrate towards the bottom here. That's why that bottom line's moving.
That's why, yeah, everybody's going to try to settle into that lower groove if they want to pit early. Like you said, though, Nate back there in the 079, he's got 1 extra lap of fuel in his tank under yellow, so that every little bit counts. And if these boys can go green all the way through, this next stop is definitely going to get them to the end without having to pit again.
Right, yeah. I think if they go at least 1 or 2 more laps here under green, they can pit any time and make it to the end.
Yeah, because right now we're about 15 laps. What's the math? I can't even see my lap counter.
With that one right there, that's 13 laps to go right now.
Yeah, right at the line. Yeah.
Yeah,
lap
so we're getting down under
34. We are on now.
And don't forget too, the rule is, I think with 10 to go, they race back to any cautions. So depending on what happens here, and I don't believe there's any cars that are a lap down. So this could get interesting again with Ken Roberts up front again, dominating most of this race. Greg Lovell's been hanging around near 2nd and 3rd this entire race. And there's Brian Lovell pushing him on the outside. Yeah. Nate moved up to 5th, 4th. You know what I mean? Here we go, man. This is going to get good.
Denny Carroll is now going to lead a lap as well. And he hasn't led a lap yet. So we've already got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cars that have led a lap in this race. And
every point again,
it's all been green flag racing.
Oh, they had the one caution there where Nate went on his lid, but
sorry. Yeah, 1 caution for 4 laps because of the little crowding back there, but
yeah, most 1 caution compared to, I think they had 7 in the first race and just a couple last week, but at very crucial moments when these big crashes happened, and hopefully we won't see a repeat of last week. Here they come, they're peeling off the pit.
It's funny how I forget there was a yellow just because this race has been so good.
Oh, it's been a blast.
Yeah, so I'm going to go back on Nate.
It's been really
here.
A lot of fun watching these guys.
We'll focus on Nate because he's probably coming with this next pack. These guys are holding this bottom line. They're probably coming pretty soon. We are on lap 36 right now, so they are due for fuel, if not tires. We will see what Nate does on the tire situation.
Okay, there's another car near the back. Let me see if I can find him.
We've got Manny way back.
The number 68 of Outlaw. I think he's in. They're showing him in the 22nd position. He may be a lap down. So
-1 for Outlaw. Yes.
Okay, 10-4.
Okay, these guys are staying out.
Yeah.
They are all in a single line, though.
There's one spinning on pit road. Came in way too hot.
Who is that? That might be a speeding penalty. You can get speeding penalties, but if you compensate, you can get away from that penalty.
I believe it was the 510 of Brandstetter.
If he compensates enough, if he came in too hot, and maybe if he only does speed limit is 55, if he maybe does 45 for a little while, he could get away without getting a black flag. That will really hurt under green flag conditions because that'll be a drive for a penalty.
Well, what's happened here is the 510 and the 21 got together on pit road and spun out, had to turn all the way around. Chris Elliott was right there. Tom Dixon had trouble getting through there. Here comes Elliott. Oh, man. Yeah, poor Randy and the 510 had some bad troubles on pit road right there.
Right. Another pack of cars
and they're still green.
Down pit road now. These guys got to be coming in anytime now. They will not need 2 cans of fuel for this either, so this should be a quicker stop.
Yeah, Ken Roberts, the leader, is pitting. He changed left sides only.
Left sides for Roberts. And Nate is coming down the pits. Another clean green cycle through here. I love watching that stuff. You've got like 6 or 7 cars in a pack all coming to pit road under green, and they all get slowed down enough and they don't wreck each other. So we're on Nate right now. We're focused on him for the race. We're doing a driver focus on Nate. Curious to see maybe what he does for tires.
He's on pit road right now.
Yep.
Remember, he started on the pole, so he's in that very first stall, which under green means a lot. Denny Carroll's down and away. Greg Lovell's down and away. They came in 1 or 2. Brian Lovell's away. 48 of Pack is down. But Ken Roberts pitted a lap earlier than this, so we'll see how he comes up behind these leaders.
No tires for Nate on that pit stop. Full tank of gas. Focused on Palmer here now. Pushing to number 3 of Gary Heiser. And see, the 710 is latched on, and I recall him having damage. Looks like they may have repaired that damage. The 710 was the one that took that big hit in the back of the car, right? And tore the bumper off, I thought. There was a big hole in the car. Or am I thinking of somebody else?
Trying to see the leaders and how they're faring against those guys that pitted first.
I love green flag pit stops. It takes a couple laps for this to settle down, too, before we get some accurate scoring on these cars. Currently following the lead pack now.
So with 7 laps to go, we have Greg Lovell leading them, Denny Carroll behind him, and Brian Lovell in third. Our fourth is Gary Heiser, and we've got a good 9-car pack running up front here.
Yeah, we got BSR Ricky J from, is that Burnt Screwdrivers, BSR?
No, it's Bomb Squad.
Bomb Squad.
Bomb Squad Racing, yeah.
Burnt Screwdrivers. Why do I say Burnt Screwdrivers? Is that the name of a track?
That's a track. Yeah, that's the name of a track that's modeled after Talladega.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, because I know Bomb Squad. They've been around a long time.
Yeah, they used to run that track here, but now it's just strictly this this version of the RTG Talladega track, which is, I think, on a borrowed setup as well. But I'm telling you, it works good. It makes the racing just tremendous. It's been so much fun.
So the Bomb Squad guys, how long has that league been around? Do you have any idea?
They've been around quite a while.
Yeah, I've heard that name a lot. In a lot of years that's been around, just with Rolling Thunder and CCR and all those guys. And is the Burnt Screwdrivers version of Talladega, is that the nighttime version of that?
I'm not really even sure. I don't know. It's been a while since I ran that track or even saw it. I'm trying to see if these guys, what the interval is.
I got the intervals. What are you looking for?
8th place on back.
Yeah, we've got the top 7.
Ken Roberts and Bobby Farrell.
Yeah, then there's a pack. There is a second pack. I don't know. I don't know if they can catch them, though.
5 laps to go with Greg Lovell leading them down.
They
seem to be single file here.
Yeah,
what do we got? 7 cars on the lead in the lead here?
Yes. 7. Yes, we got Greg Lovell, Denny Carroll, Brian Lovell, Greg Palmer, Ricky J, Alex. The whole back half of that just exploded.
Well, they'll definitely get. They take the yellow here. Oh.
So that'll be raced back to the line.
They were coming up 2x2
here. 0.88 here. They're gonna make this a race because this is under 10 to go. So they will not lift the throttle until they cross the stripe. and take the L of the luck in these final positions. Can you find out there? I think I was locked on to Farrell when they started wrecking, and that was the second pack.
I'm not sure that they're still racing. No, wait, I'm not live yet.
Yellow flag is out.
All right, so level, if they would happen to not go green again, would be the winner. And Greg Palmer is in the second position, followed by Ricky J in third.
So
and they are all getting slowed down for the pace car, which is now on the backstretch.
So there's no way these guys are pitting.
I wouldn't think so. No.
So I'm just finding this now.
I'm not quite sure what their rule is here, but whoever maybe caused that caution would maybe have to pit, or, at least do a drive-through or something.
Here's the instant replay here. It's up to the driver to serve their own penalties. So, I mean, it's a post-race deal. If you're going to get penalized, they can't call it live. That is tight. All these guys are basically touching. So I'm going to see here. Tom got turned. The Dixon brothers possibly. I think Tom. Yeah, we got Dixon's and Jeffrey Elliott on the low line are really close together. Tom got loose, bumped Hulick. And again, it's just domino effect right through that whole pack.
Let's see if, I'm curious if, I think there were a car or two a lap down, so they may get one lap in again.
Yeah, they were all so close.
Didn't this happen last week? Isn't that why
I think there'll be more than one lap.
But I'm saying they did a one-lap shootout last time, and that big crash at the end.
Yeah, I think you're right, because we will have an extra lap on under yellow because of the lap down cars. Yeah, it might be. You're right. It might be a green flag sprint to the finish.
We'll see if the lights go off this time.
Fantastic as always. And yeah, man, that second pack, looking at it in the replay, they were lining up, I think, to chase down that front pack.
This could be a green-white checkered again.
They had a good half dozen cars or so back there, and if they could have all gotten a single line, they may have had enough time to catch that front pack. But they were so close together, it just ended up domino effect right through the whole thing, and they all wiped out. So this sets up basically another shootout.
Nate's still holding his own, man. He's been involved in a couple of these things, I think. We'll have to go back and look, but he's still up there in 10th for right now. If they were to finish this way, he got inside the top 20.
Old Nate, the driver focus of today. We'll just mention again, Tarnation TV.
I got my fingers crossed for another lap here.
Yeah,
right.
If it's a green, you know what? Let's focus on. Yeah, I don't think the lights will go out this time around. There's cars a lap down.
There's one going onto pit road now.
710 of Manny. Those are the lap down cars. Manny, Outlaw, Wah. So those cars weren't allowed to pit with the lead pack because they are -1. They do they lucky dog? And the first car a lap down gets to go back around? I'm pretty sure they do that in this league.
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure. I don't know if it's cars that maybe caused that last incident or who really goes, but I think you're right. I think the lap down cars would need to go down pit road at least once during the cycle to go to the back, so that they're not up there with the leaders.
Right. I just noticed that my info on the screen that you guys are seeing live, the lap counter seems to be off.
Yeah, well, Okay, so we're going to declare Greg Lovell the winner of this event.
You don't think you don't think that pace car's pulling out?
No, they're coming to the they're coming to the white flag right now with the lights still on. So,
see, my information here seems to be twisted.
are you on
I
live?
don't know, why? Yeah, I am on live. I don't know why the game is reporting this is lap 30. This is lap 46 currently, right?
Yeah, they're coming to lap 47 of 47. So this is the white flag here.
You know what it was? Maybe it just changed early because we were under yellow. The display on the actual YouTube channel is synced up properly now. I just had to I refreshed it. Maybe that helped.
Well, this would be interesting. We're going to get to talk to Greg Lovell, the winner. I mean, he's a veteran at these tracks, man. This guy is really good. He's tough to beat, especially when he's out there working with his teammates and stuff. This is going to be good. And Greg Palmer, he's always a treat to talk to. And Ricky J, I haven't talked to this guy for a while.
That's cool.
This is going to be good. He's always good at these tracks. He's a pretty neat guy to race with.
He's pretty neat. That should be like a quote from Brian Wolf. You know something? He's pretty neat. If you have enjoyed the broadcast here at Tarnation TV, subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down. We don't really care what you do with the thumbs. We gave Talladega Nights to broadcast their series. Well, we gave them a deal, $1,000. Regular price about 10 grand. If you want Brian and I to just call one of your races, it'll cost you 10 grand. So we're not cheap, but we are the best. But yeah. Hey, we'll do it for other racing leagues. If you like what you see, but the prices aren't that ridiculous, I promise. I'm just making a joke. I'm not Shaquille O'Neal. Yeah. Nobody's coming here for me.
It's called negotiating.
Negotiation. $6. All right. How about $5? Ooh,
so yeah,
$5. I can still go to Wendy's.
How cool is this? Greg Lovell wins the race. I think he only made one of these series so far, so he's still on his way to get into this championship. With a win, that gets you in, right? Or pending.
It does,
I guess.
as long, yeah. But he's been here every race, so he probably won't have any issues making it to.
Oh, okay. I thought he only made one. I thought he only made one of them, but yeah.
I'm not sure. Yeah, do you have the standings from the first two races available?
I do.
I think he was here last week, but he had to quit because they had some gnarly connection issues because there's been that hurricane ripping apart the East Coast.
No, he wasn't in race 2.
I thought he was.
In race 1, he finished. Let's see here. I'm looking.
Did Lovell not retire last week?
Oh yeah, you're right. He did finish 39 laps down in 26th.
All right. So this week we will not forget to focus on the leader. Unfortunately, this race had to end. Yeah, unfortunately, this race did have to end under yellow.
Yeah, that's kind of a bummer.
It was a absolutely fantastic race to watch. I mean.
Oh, it was. It absolutely was. 3-wide racing throughout, and there was some couple mishaps on pit road that we might have to go back and take a look at. But congratulations, Greg Lovell, man! Outstanding win. Stayed up front all night long. He was on that outside line the whole time, up near the front. Ricky J, I believe, come in second. I'm sorry. And who was it? Third.
Ricky J in second and Greg Palmer in third place.
Okay.
And Alex with a strong finish in fourth after winning last week, so he's seeing some serious points last 2 weeks. We're following Greg Lovell in his 088 Texaco Havoline everything else car all the way around to do some burnout stuff.
Yeah, this will be neat. And here comes Bobby Farrow, give him some love. Good job to Greg Lovell, number 088.
The 088 Greg level, congratulations. He wins some serious points tonight. He led 2 laps, made 2 pit stops. Or no, sorry, he led 11 laps and made 2 pit stops today. So he gets the win. He gets the lap led. And most laps led tonight, 16th position. The 55 of Ken Roberts led 23. But
Dang,
man,
this cat knows how to do a burnout too, man.
Yeah.
I'm telling you what, but he does. He knows how to win these things. And he's always strong, really, no matter what. Trey, he's been doing this a long time, man. This dude is hard to beat. I mean, he is a good driver. Outstanding job tonight. I'll tell you what, he stayed in the front and, played the pit stops just right and got it done.
Yep, that's the thing. Right there. Congratulations to Greg. So let's do the professional thing and actually save our replays up here.
Okay, I just got it.
So if you can grab,
we're gonna grab
the bottom up, or do you go from the top down?
No, we'll go. We'll grab Greg Palmer and bring him down for a minute. And congratulations go out to him for 3rd place, and Ricky J for 2nd. And we'll talk to Greg just here in a second.
Cool. Like I said, Tarnation TV, subscribe down below the YouTube page. We're hoping to grow this thing, so if you need us, we'll be there for you. We'll see you back here in November, on November 5th. This Halloween happens in October.
Hey, Greg Palmer, this is Brian Blaine in the booth. You got us?
I have you.
What was that? So that was 3rd place again this week, man. Great job. Always good finish.
It's really 2nd place. When we crossed the line, we try to be on either side of
10-4.
Greg's
Okay.
quarter. So he got a little bit ahead of me. So they're going to fix that in the standings. I'm really 2nd.
I was wondering about that because you were pretty close to each other.
Thank you.
Even better, man. Right place at the right time. But you were, in that front little blanket 5-pack and there the whole race.
Yeah, I tried to stay up there. I was racing with Gary and Ricky. Just trying to keep pace, stay on the outside, try to catch the leaders. And unfortunately, that yellow came out. But, hey, it happens.
Yeah, it's. I'll tell you what, man. This series is getting to be a lot of fun to watch. It was really fun to watch tonight. It's unfortunate we finished under yellow, but again, it happens.
Like you said, it happens. But I had fun. What do we have? Only 2 cautions, I believe.
Yeah, 2 cautions.
Yep, 2 cautions.
And that first one came. Yeah, the first one came right at the right time. I think you guys were starting to peel off and make green flags anyway. So that was kind of neat, but to watch those restarts. But, man, what a wild race. 3 wide there for a while. Yeah,
it was. Yeah, especially trying to work your way up to the front. Got a little crazy, but, unfortunately, there was only 2 cautions. But I had fun, and can't wait till next week.
No, 10-4, man. Like I said, we'll be talking to you again, like I said last time. I'm sure of it. All right, man, I'm going to throw you back, and then we'll pull up Ricky J.
I appreciate you guys. You guys doing a great job up there.
Thank you, Greg.
No problem.
All right.
Hey, guys, what's up?
Hey, what's happening, buddy?
Hey, Blaine.
How are you doing? So this is, let me see. So you won this thing. We were just talking to Greg. Apparently they were trying to flank you and actually messed up the finishing order.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Go ahead, Brian, if you want to do some talking. I won't step on you. I let Brian do this because I got a lot of lag on my side because of all the information I'm sending out to YouTube. So go ahead.
No, I was saying just as it was unfortunate we finished under yellow, Greg, but you were there the whole time, man. You were going to be tough to beat, man. That was really a fun race to watch, man. Great job. Congratulations.
It's just all about running up front, keeping it clean, man. Trying to stay out of trouble, try not to fall to the back, because that's usually where all the, wrecks happen at usually.
That's what I was saying. I mean, you know how to win these things, man. I'll tell you what, and it shows. Man, you got to have the luck, and you got to have partners out there, and, man, you guys make it look easy sometimes, but I know it ain't, man. Congratulations again.
Thank you.
That gives you a spot also. I'm sorry. That gives you a spot also in the All-Stars race event coming up in January, I believe, right?
Yeah, it should.
10-4. Plus, you're going to be in the championship race for this, man. So good job.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for what y'all do too. You know, it's keeps the game alive. You know.
Oh, absolutely, it's fun. We're trying to add an element to it, but you know, we're keeping it fun, man. It's been a blast watching these races, especially in this, you know, this series and this format.
Yeah, I try to go back and watch the races later. If you know these other guys do, Joe does this, and I think he's about the only one, ain't he now? Besides y'all.
And no, Seth and what is
Oh,
it,
yeah.
FEN or FRN? Yeah,
Yeah.
Those guys are still doing a really good job of it too. But we're trying. I mean, we're just having fun with it, really. But we appreciate that, man. It's it's nice to hear.
Yeah, and you guys spoil us rotten getting to call a race like that. Like, oh yeah, we're just going to drive 3 wide here for 17 laps. No big deal. Easy, piece of cake. No problem. I'm curious,
Well, I
though.
seen those guys right behind me, man. I could see Rocket to the right of me, Deanie right behind me, and then Brian Lovell was coming on the bottom. I didn't know what to do, man. I was confused, to be honest with you. I didn't know where to go, man. I didn't know where to go up in front of Rocket, you know, try to block him from that run he was getting, or try to help Deanie, because I try to help, you know, Brian as much as I can, because he's family. But
That was gonna be
sometimes at
my
the end of
question.
a race, man, you just got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, I was going to ask, like, you tend to find each other through the race, and the Dixons were doing the same thing. And then I'm thinking, but when it comes down to that last move, you got to win.
Yeah, you do, man. But with this work problem that I've been having for about the last year, I'm constantly worried about that, and I'm looking to the right at my bar, man. You know, and it's just I try to keep an eye on that, and I'm trying to race at the same time, and it's frustrating.
Yeah, it was pretty solid tonight, though.
Yeah, your connection looked really solid tonight. I saw Brian in the one STP car. I don't know if you noticed.
A little bit of twitching in the corners, yeah.
No, I was going to say, I don't know if you noticed all 3 SDP cars were running together there for a minute. That was
really?
pretty neat. Yeah, that was pretty, neat to watch. That was a little bit different. And, but yeah, again, man, tremendous job. That was fun to watch. It really was.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate y'all.
Thank you, Greg.
There's Ricky J.
Ricky J, welcome to the booth, man. How you doing? Great
Hello.
job. What are you, 3rd place? I haven't spoke to you for a while, man. You still taking care of those ducklings?
Always, man, always.
Great job tonight, man. That was fun seeing you out there tonight.
Yeah, I figured I'd stop by, see what's going on. Cool that you guys are doing this broadcasting deal for these guys here. These guys do a really good job, have a fun time every week, and it was a lot of fun to be a part of it.
Cool, man.
Yeah, just pop in here anytime you want and take 3rd place, man. No big deal. All a day's work, right?
It's just luck of the draw and good execution on the road. Had a good run there at the end. The caution came out sooner than expected, but it happened, and we just made the most out of it.
Yeah, it sure was fun to watch, man. Like I told the other guys, Greg and Greg, that you guys sure do make it fun to watch, man. It's fun to call from this perspective.
Yeah, that's why we love Talladega. It's nice and exciting, and you never know who's going to get the job done until the checkered flag is wove.
Yeah, exactly. Yep.
Oh, yeah, before I leave, I want to thank the Elliott boys for the race. But I don't want to be rude. I'm going to jump out of here, let y'all talk to Ricky J. I'll catch y'all next time.
Good
No,
job,
go ahead,
Greg. We'll
Greg.
see you next time, buddy.
Thank y'all. Appreciate it.
If you do have any shout-outs, Greg, let her rip, man. We forgot to let you do that.
Yeah, I was just going to tell them thanks for the race, and they do a great job, man.
Awesome.
See you, Rick.
Anyway,
Take it easy.
Ricky J, if you're going to come back
Thanks,
to
Greg.
this series, I'm sure we'll be talking to you again too, man. Top 3, first shot out.
Oh yeah, I guess we'll see. Not for sure yet, but we try to race whenever we can, and even though I have to work in about 30 minutes, we'll see if we can come back.
It's always nice to see some bomb squad in here. Who do you got any shout-outs you got to toss around?
Well, yeah, sure. I just want to say thank you to these guys for putting on the race, and to you guys for putting on the broadcast, and allowing us to be able to just pop on here on random Saturday or Friday or Sunday nights, I believe too, right? For just to come on and have some fun and just relax and hang out, and shout out to the guys back at the house at BSR for everything they do, and hope some of them are watching and enjoying the show. I saw Steven in here. I didn't know he was racing here now, so that's cool. Good to see everybody getting together and and run with each other, and just doing everything we can to keep the community alive. So it's a great thing to see, and I always try my best to support that, and continue moving forward and having a good time.
Oh, that's awesome, man. And good job again tonight, man. We'll do our best to try and keep you famous, Ricky J.
Thanks, Ryan.
No, really good job tonight, man. I'm proud of you. And I think with that, we have Jeffrey Elliott in the booth.
Thanks, Ricky.
Gentlemen, I just want to say hello to my favorite people, Brian Wolf and Blaine Donlin. You guys are the beat.
Shucks.
Appreciate it. And I just want to say congratulations to BSR Ricky for coming out and finishing third, right? Was it third place?
Yes.
Yeah.
As rookie comes out here and tears it up. Great job. I know you're not a rookie, but hey, man, great job. Thanks for coming out Talladega Nights at the Shake and Bake Series. So glad to see you, bud.
Yeah, thanks for having me. And I'm going to take off, guys, but thank you. And you guys have a good night, and hopefully I'll see you again soon.
Thanks, Ricky.
Okay, Ricky J. Make sure you make it back, man, and keep safe out there.
Yep, you guys too.
See you, Ricky.
Bye-bye.
So what'd you think of that race, Jeffrey? A little better than last week, huh?
Well, we have two cautions, I think.
2 cautions, yeah.
2 per 8, yeah. So I think Brian didn't abort at the right time last week, which added an extra lap to a couple of those yellows. But yeah, we got in and out of there, aborted, retired, and made sure that those laps actually made sense.
Right, yeah.
It's weird how the game does that, but
right. And I saw you there. I'm like, I think I'll get out in time. But you know what? I think we caught each race. We cut it in half, didn't we? 8
yes.
4 to 2.
Yep.
So, and we still had 24 drivers. So great field. We had a lot of guys that weren't coming out, which we knew about, which it gives opportunity. And but hey, they'll be back, and we had a couple new ones. So hey, it was a great race.
Still a 22 car field though, not too shabby.
22, yeah, and
22,
it's it was good racing, and Greg had a great race, and we all got along behind the scenes as well. So, but we don't ever get to talk to you guys until you bring us down. So I just want to say thanks again for doing this for us. It's been a treat and an honor.
I was going to ask you something too. You were in that after that yellow, and then there was like some green flag stops, and it sort of split the field into 2 packs. You were in the trailing pack, and then you guys got too tight and ended up ripping each other up. Were you guys trying to form a single line to maybe chase that main line down with about 7-8 laps to go?
Actually, we caught the first line, and then they got 1 or 2 people, and they got behind us, and we started chasing down the other line. Actually, somebody kind of went over from that line and threw a block, which in front of Bob Dixon, which I believe caused that last yellow. We have to look at it and review it, but it was a block, and I think Bobby just, from what I can remember, they just got into each other there a little bit. As for the pit stop, I got held up in the pits. 2 cars sideways, you couldn't really go nowhere, so you have to wait. And so that was a couple extra seconds. So it is what it is, but everybody tries hard.
Yeah, definitely entertaining, and a lot of awesome green flag pit stops with no issues on the pits. I mean, issues in the pits with stuff like that, having to wait and yield and all that kind of stuff, but no big wrecks, no smoke shows. And again, the talent in these races, like Brian and I say it all day long, people probably getting angry, but it's just amazing to watch. 10 cars peel off from like 195 mile an hour, slower down to 55. Nobody gets run over. Nobody ends up in the grass. Nobody ends up in the wall. Everybody gives space. If you have to yield, you yield. Brake check. Everybody finds their spots. It's great. Great to televise stuff like this.
It's half the race, guys. Is pitting. That's half the race, and then everybody's doing a different clip going in, hot pitting. Everybody's different, at a different level with that. So that's part of it, and we let the game govern itself. So if you do it, do it. And if you get caught, you get caught. So,
well, I tell you what, man, it sure is a whole lot of fun to watch. Tonight was really, really fun to watch that 3-wide racing and and there was some green flag pit stops with some chaos on pit road. It was neat to watch how that worked out, man. And we want to thank you for having us here, Tarnation TV, man. We're having a blast doing this.
Tarnation TV, I'm spreading the word to the world about Don, Blaine Donlin and Brian Wolf. You guys are like an awesome. I've been on many TV races. Steph Cole, we all know, is probably the king out there in this broadcasting world. But let me tell you, you guys bring a whole different perspective to this, and I love it. I watched it 7 times last week. Thank you very much.
Those are kind words, man. Thank you very much.
I'm actually a little bit off my game tonight. I've been coming off. I've had a bad allergic reaction to something over this weekend, and so I'm I haven't been a little under the weather, but we're still having so much fun with this, man.
I hope you feel better there, Mr. Wolf. And a lot of people, in and out with some things going on in their lives, but man, get better. We'll pray for you, and along with Blaine. Trick or treat well next couple of weeks, my friend. So have fun.
Unfortunately, there'll be a 5-week hiatus. Maybe you get 1 in there, but I mean, I'll let you know in advance. But yeah, 5 Saturdays in October mean it is going to be a fun, haunted month. So, but it's good timing because we'll come back for race number 9. I'll be working with you guys to get the replays for every race. So I'll be busy Monday to Friday using race number 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, building up replay clips, recap and stuff, highlights, and then when Brian and I go live on the 9th race, we'll definitely have to start like an hour early to peel through the 5 races that we missed to set up race 9, which also will set up race number 10, race for the championship.
Yeah, and I hope Brian comes out next 5 weeks and participates as a driver. He brings quality besides out here on the broadcast side. He's a heck of a driver, and I'll race with that guy any day. You're not too bad, Blaine. I'll give you that.
I'm not bad.
I'm Brian Wolf back,
Yeah. We just won't broadcast anymore, eh, Brian? We'll just go in there and win this thing. And nobody will know because it won't be on TV.
Hey, I got us qualified, Blaine, for, I got to come up with a paint scheme, but I got us qualified for that All-Star thing.
Yeah, exactly. I got to paint you up a car. I got you covered.
You know what? I'm not even there yet. Guys. I'm trying, but you know what? I just want a couple shout outs.
Go ahead.
Thanks to my brother Chris Elliott and Bob Dixon, and I couldn't do that. Do this without them. And all my awesome drivers that come out every week to support Talladega Nights. The Gary Heiser and Pat and the Lavelle brothers, DEI, all my friends. If I forgot your name, I'll get you next time. But thank you so much, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, we're going to be signing off here in a second. If you're ready to close her up, Blaine.
I can wrap her up.
Good night, everybody.
Thank you, Jeff. That was Jeffrey Elliott, one of the administrators sitting up there in the tower at Talladega Nights. And he's got a busy couple of days coming up because they get to comb through those yellow flags. But it was a pretty solid race, and it's only 2 cautions to look at. So next time we see you, those currently are unofficial results. And as we heard from Palmer and Ricky, they were flanking Greg. And actually, you could switch the second position and the third position around. So it was actually level, Palmer, Ricky.
All right, so we will be on hiatus here for the next few weeks, and then you'll see us right back here. Come November?
November 5th at I'm thinking 8:30 p.m. Eastern, if you're okay with that. Start about an hour early to run down the 5 races we will miss, but it will be an extravaganza because I'll make highlight clips and recaps and all kinds of neat stuff and make sure we catch up on what we've missed, because I will have the replays probably from Jeff, so I can peel through them and compile what I have to compile to get ready for that 9th race. It'll be a doozy. It'll be awesome fun. It's going to be unfortunate missing, of course, the next probably 5, but we'll definitely make up for it. Race 9. It'll be a production and a half, that thing.
Oh yeah, definitely. And I know Jeffrey invited me to come race and some of these things, but I know I won't make 5, so I wouldn't make criteria for the for the end
You
one
might.
anyway, for the championship. No, I don't think I would. But I mean, because I'm way too far in the hole now after 3 races. So, but I am going to join the races just to watch and get the replays and stuff like that, and keep up with the series so that we're prepared when we come back in November.
Oh, cool. Right on. Yeah, sit there with a notepad and keep a ledger going. And I can work with you through the week too, and we can build these highlight reels together.
Yeah. Well, you're not the boss of me.
Okay. Yeah, you're right. You're right, man. Yeah. You don't tell me what to do. You're not my mom.
It's been a blast, Blaine. I got to sign off.
Right on, man. Thank you very much, and have a good night. We'll talk to you later.
Same to you.
Right on, man. That is the voice of Brian Wolf. Thank you, Brian, very much for the assistance in these broadcasts. My name is Blaine Dahl, and you are watching Tarnation TV. As like we've said a few times already, 5 weeks in October. Probably won't be able to broadcast these, but we will return November 5th, an hour earlier than usual, 8:30 p.m. start time, to recap the 5 races that will not be broadcast in this 10-race series. Number 9 is going to be good because it will line up the roster for race number 10 and who will win the championship, consisting of the top 5 drivers in points after race number 9, and anybody who has won a race and has competed in 5 of them at least. It should be good. It'll be a race within a race. In November, we'll see you back here on Tarnation TV. And we didn't actually get to that one clip I wanted to show of Ken Roberts finishing the race. The car was disabled, and he wasn't going to be able to cross the finish line. But the number 9, he helped him out. The 55 gets completely destroyed, and the 9 pushes him past about 4 cars. A little bit of shuffleboard there. This happened last week in race number 2. The number 55 of Ken Roberts. He was in first, and I believe he finished in 12th last week. Thanks to right there. Thanks to the number 9. Watch out, Chris. Yeah. That is the reason Chris switched from the white Doritos car to the red Doritos car. And this week he did finish in the finishing position for the number 9 today was the 12th position. So as we go back here, we will thank you again for watching Tarnation TV. Thank you to all the talented drivers, the painters, the people who keep this game alive. It's always fantastic to call these races. Thanks to Jeff, Bob, and Chris up in their tower there at the Talladega Nights League. We're going to play you some tunes, roll some credits. We're going to woe some credits, and we will see you back here in November, because that's just what we do. Let's see here. We'll find you some tunes here. Again, I know these guys. We're going to play you some Laugh at the Fakes. We're going to play a song called Not Like Me, and I Will Be Quiet. You will watch credits, stare at this screen, and listen to my friend's music because it's good. Why is it good? Because I said so. Thank you very much. If the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Remember, I'm pulling for you. We're all in this together. Keep your stick on the ice.